Hey guys, Money with Yumi here, where I talk about anything and everything related to money and how to grow your wealth. Today I want to share with you why I'm investing in grass. So what is grass? Is it that greenery that you see right outside your window? No. I'm talking about another kind of grass. Millennials should know what I'm talking about, right? Some of you might know it as MJ, Mary Jane, pot, weed. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say the keyword here because I'm afraid that YouTube might flag me for that. So let's just use the word grass. Before I start, let me be clear about this. I am in no means promoting grass or using grass because I don't. I'm just looking at this purely from an investing and business standpoint. And for the longest time, I was anti-grass because growing up in Singapore, grass is illegal, right? Under the Singapore Misuse of Drugs Act, possession and consumption can result in a maximum of 10 years in prison with a possible fine of $20,000, as well as caning. And trafficking and importing or export of more than 500 grams of grass may result in the death penalty. You know, after spending about 10 years in the US, I have broadened my perspective and embraced and accepted that this is an American thing. I don't like the smell of grass or the smell of cigarettes, and I don't think I ever will, but the fact is, the rapid growth of grass acceptance in the US has been shocking. In less than a decade since Colorado legalized recreational grass favorability has skyrocketed among the public. Last year in 2020, support for legalized grass rose to 68% in a Gallup poll, which is the highest in the history of the survey. So one thing you need to know about grass is there are two types of grass, medical grass and recreational grass, or also known as indicas and sativas. Indicas make you stoned because they're used mostly for relaxation, while sativas are known for giving you a head high to help reduce anxiety and stress and to help you focus. There are a variety of grass products like dried grass, pre-rolls, extracts, beverages, and edibles. One of the main reasons why I'm investing in grass is because there's potentially a huge upside and long-term growth. Let me pull up a map. There are 50 states in the US, including Hawaii and Alaska, with 48 contiguous states. Right now, 16 states plus Washington, D.C. have legalized recreational grass for adults over the age of 21, and 36 states have legalized medical grass. So that means that a majority of Americans have access to grass, whether medically or recreationally. But despite increased legalization at the state level, the federal government still classifies grass as a Schedule I drug along with other hardcore drugs like LSD, which kind of feels anachronistic in 2021, right? Especially when grass is fully legalized in Canada for both recreational and medicinal use. Canada is the second country in the world to legalize it, so it's just a matter of time when the US will. And in 2020, the grass industry saw a significant increase in grass sales and consumption for both medicinal and recreational use. People were stuck at home during the coconut nut pandemic, right? And they turned to using grass, probably because they were out of their minds, just like how alcohol sales increased in 2020. But since grass is not federally legalized yet, that means businesses can't cross state lines with grass, so no interstate transportation, which means that even if states like California and Nevada, they're like side by side, right? And both of them are legal for medicinal and recreational use, you still can't cross state lines. For example, if you're driving from LA to Vegas to go gamble and you want some money in the casinos and you want to celebrate the win by buying some grass in Vegas and you bought a little bit too much and you want to bring it back on your drive back from Vegas to LA, technically you can't transport it back. You're going to be in trouble if you get pulled over by the cops and they find some grass in your car. Then it will be up to their discretion whether they want to take action against you. And if you don't know, the Democratic Party is generally in favor of legalizing grass as compared to the Republican Party. And who's the current president? Joe Biden. And what party is he in? He's a Democrat, right? In February 2021, Joe Biden said that his administration will pursue decriminalization as well as seek expungements with prior grass convictions. This is one step closer to federal legalization, although Joe Biden has never explicitly said whether he's supportive or against federal legalization. This is what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said. She said that the president supports leaving decisions regarding legalization for recreational use up to the states, rescheduling grass as a Schedule II drug so researchers can study its positive and negative impacts and At the federal level, he supports decriminalizing grass use and automatically expunging any prior criminal records. He also supports legalizing medicinal grass, so that's his point of view on the issue. A majority of Americans, about 90%, believe that it should be legal for medical use, and about 60% support recreational use of grass. So yeah, I do think it's just a matter of time before grass is federally legal throughout the entire United States of America. Right now, many grass companies are in the small caps, but when federal legalization is here, few of them will become $10 billion, $50 billion, or even $100 billion market cap companies. I strongly believe that grass companies would see substantial growth ahead of them once grass is federally legalized. Because what that means for businesses is that they'll be able to ship their products directly to customers in other states and grow that e-commerce side of the business. Because don't forget, right now they can't cross state lines. They can only ship or deliver to customers within the state that they're doing business in. So once grass companies are able to ship directly to customers, they can grow revenues at a much rapid pace. And as an investor and stock picker, I can't ignore the data and numbers I'm seeing in probably one of the biggest growth industries over the next decade. Other hot industries are like the crypto market, the plant-based food industry, and EV companies. My job as an investor is to find companies which I believe will be a growth monster in the next 10 years, or companies which I have the highest convictions in. Right now, I'm going to give you 3 grass companies for you to consider. And I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own due diligence and don't just follow blindly. First up, we have Canopy Growth Corp, ticker symbol CGC. It's trading on the Nasdaq for about $20+, roughly a $8.6 billion US dollar market cap company. It has a 52-week high of $56.50 and a 52-week low of $13.83. Canopy Growth Corp is one of the biggest companies in the grass industry. They're based in Canada and they're focused on the production and sale of medical grass. They're in international markets like Spain, Germany, Peru, Brazil, Chile, Australia, and the UK. But they are only selling hemp products in the US and will expand their product lines sometime this year. They also recently announced hiring Martha Stewart as their official strategic advisor. As of December 31st, 2020, Canopy has cash-on-cash equivalents of 825 million Canadian dollars, but they're not a profitable company yet, reporting a net loss of 1.5 billion in 2020. But it's natural for growth companies to not make a profit as they are growing. I mean, look at Amazon. They took many years to actually make a net profit. So right now, I don't own any CGC stock at the moment. Am I looking to invest in this? Possibly. If it drops between the $14 and $18 price range, then I'll be interested. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this one. The second on my list, which is probably the most attractive one for me personally, is Planet 13. And for those of you who watched my previous video about why I'm not investing in the Singapore stock market would know that I am a shareholder of this company. Planet 13 is trading over-the-counter OTC, ticker symbol PLNHF, at about $6 something with a market cap of about 1.5 billion Canadian dollars. Planet 13 is a vertically integrated grass company that's based in Las Vegas, Nevada. So what that means is that they do everything from the manufacturing to the cultivation to processing and distribution. They have the largest grass dispensary in the world with over 112,000 square foot, and it's open 24/7. They're also building a 40,000 square foot store in Santa Ana, California, which is just 10 minutes away from Disneyland, and I'll probably stop by to check it out once they open sometime this year. I went to their Las Vegas store specifically to do my research before buying into the stock, and oh boy, I was impressed. It's definitely one of the higher end stores because the prices for grass is ridiculously high. Let's just put it that way. And yet people keep buying and buying and buying. It's like the creme de la creme, the Chanel or Louis Vuitton of grass, or at least that's how I feel. Even during the Coconut pandemic, the lines were insane. And I was talking with the security guard who works at Planet 13, and he said that the average wait time is about 1.5 to 2 hours, and sometimes the line goes out the store and around the building, which is crazy. And I was talking with some of the customers who were waiting in line, and they said they don't mind waiting because Planet 13 had quality products, which they absolutely love. And another grass company that I like is right across the street from Planet 13 called Reef Dispensaries, but they are not a public listed company. Both CGC and Planet 13 have a stellar management team. They're very well experienced. Having good leadership is important for growth companies and startup companies. If you look at Planet 13, the management team is really amazing, right? Look at this. Larry Scheffler, Not even sure I'm pronouncing this right. He co-founded Las Vegas Color Graphics Inc. 40 years ago in 1978 and grew it into the largest privately owned commercial printing company in Nevada, right? And he was also a commissioner on 6 major commissions in South Nevada government. And he has an extensive background in real estate, has founded and is managing director of entities controlling over 1,000 acres in 3 states that are under some form of development. And for Planet 13 to grow in the future, they definitely need a lot of real estate, right? Especially if they're buying up stores and land to build these stores. And Robert Groesbeck, right? He's the co-CEO. He has been a long-time entrepreneur, starting and or assisting in the creation of a number of businesses. And he was designated as one of the top 40 South Nevada business executives on the age of 40, right? He has over 25 years practicing law and has knowledge about multiple aspects of the law. Oh, he has a MBA and JD from Western Michigan University. All right, let's look at Canopy Growth, right? David Klein, CEO. He joined Canopy Growth in January of 2020 after a long stint as CFO and a member of the Executive Management Committee at Constellation Brands. And Constellation Brands is a Fortune 500 company that, produce and markets beer, wine, and spirits. And he has a degree in economics from State University of New York and an MBA from University of New York, Buffalo. And the CFO is Mike Lee, and he has experience with companies such as E&J Gallo Winery and PepsiCo, where he served in a variety of commercially oriented finance roles supporting commercial operating teams to deliver on its strategic imperatives. So they're all really experienced. Look, he has an MBA from the University of Michigan, graduating with honors from both universities, and is a certified public accountant, CPA, in the state of California. And that's why I say they both have a great management team who are experienced to help run the company to greater heights. You don't want to pot hate running the company, right? Let's compare CGC with Planet 13. If you look at CGC's financials, you will know why I'm not super bullish on this company. They have a negative EPS, earnings per share, and EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, that's been growing since 2018. But of course, they have been expanding their business and had double-digit growth of 37% this year, and they're expected to have a positive adjusted EBITDA during the second half of fiscal year 2022, which is next year. And if you look at Planet 13, they're expected to have a 100% increase in sales this year and a 50% increase next year. There's only about 2 to 4 analysts at Yahoo Finance covering the stock at the moment, and they have EPS, earnings per share, at 8 cents to 11 cents. And a year ago, EPS was at a negative of 5 cents. And next year, the projected EPS would be between 19 cents and 24 cents. And honestly, I think these numbers are very conservative, especially when you see what has been happening in Las Vegas. Okay, look at this. Planet 13 continues string of record months with 11.2 million in sales in May. And this is after they crushed single-day records in Las Vegas with historic 420 return on 420, April 20th this year, which is like the National Grass Day. They had over 500,000 in sales in just one day alone. One day, guys. So yeah, I'm freaking bullish on this. I personally have about 5 figures invested in Planet 13 across all my accounts and will potentially put about 6 figures into the stock. If I want to max out my position, I think 6 figures would be what I'm comfortable with. I've been buying this stock since it was $3 and added more aggressively at $5 and bought more shares recently when it dipped below $6. And sometimes the current stock prices don't reflect the company's future price. And some people would think that buying a stock at its current prices might be too high, especially if you look at the historical prices, right? But I mean, look at Amazon. My personal projections for Planet 13 is that they will be a $10 to $30 billion company in the next 5 to 10 years. So that means I would have a 5 to 8x return on my investment. The third is going to be an ETF trading under the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol MSOS. The advisor shares Pure US Grass ETF. This is the first US listed active ETF that's focused on American grass companies. Let's take a look at their holdings. So the first one that they hold the most shares in is Curaleaf Holdings, followed by Green Thumb Industries and Trulieve Grass. These are the top 3 companies in their holdings with a portfolio weight of 12%, 11%, and 10.57%. And I'll be honest, like Curaleaf Holdings and Trulieve Grass, these are 2 companies that I'm still doing research on, and I haven't quite wrapped my head around understanding the company yet, so I'm not gonna comment as much on these 2 companies right now. So MSOS is currently at about $40 with a 52-week low of $20.45 and a 52-week high of $55.91. If you're not an experienced investor and you're interested in owning some grass, then this ETF is ideal for you to get a diversified portfolio of different grass companies. And as the grass industry grows bigger and bigger, this ETF should follow that. So that's basically why I'm investing in grass, even though I don't use grass. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and if you're interested in investing in grass. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Don't forget to destroy the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I try to update what's going on in my life over on Instagram, so if you're interested to know what I do on a daily basis, hop onto Instagram and follow me. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again next time.